Continuity views says that change is gradual. Children become more skillful in thinking, talking, or acting much, the same way as they grow taller. The discontinuity view sees the development as more abrupt successful change that produce different age-specific life period called stage. Continuity views children as smart. Why? Because they continue because continuity children learn faster whenever they are. They get curious about things that surrounds them and ask questions about
There's a
it.
quotation of Anne Thompson that says, I'm beginning to see change, slowly but surely. In continuity theory, development can be visualized as a smooth slope of progression. When we say development, it already means change. The changes in continuity theory is an ideal change because though it is slowly, it can be easily determined and adjusted for a coming change. To reflect on what the quotation means, changes that occur slowly is an advantage, for it will develop a best and permanent result. It is not about how fast something develops, it is the quality of development that matters. Another advantage of continuity theory is that development is lifelong. Not because a person already matured in an adult stage, then it will stop there. No, development still occurs even when the person will be in old age. Unlike discontinuity, a person can easily determine how life will go in continuity.
Based what I've researched in the good effect of continuity into a behavior of a human development, when you say continuity, it is a continuous process of growth, and the development and the growth would be gradual. As they grow, they are more be skillful in thinking and also acting as the same way. Like the child would learn to crawl, um, to, to walk. To sum it up, continuity is a learning essential that has consistency in progress and experience of the child.
So psychologists of the discontinuity view believe that people go through the same stages in the same order but not necessarily at the same rate. A lot of early theorists like Piaget, Freud, and Erikson talked about developmental progression as a series of stages that a child would pass through, each one being defined by a certain skill set or behavior and a certain way of thinking. So these are the things that built on each other. So in order to pass through a later stage, one would have to pass through an earlier stage, otherwise they wouldn't have the skills necessary to pass the later stage. Jean Piaget is another stage theorist who studied childhood cognitive development. His theory of cognitive development holds that our cognitive abilities develop through specific stages. So as we progress to a new stage, there is a distinct shift in how we think and reason. Piaget thought development unfolds in a series of stages approximately associated with age ranges. He proposed a theory of cognitive development that unfolds in 4 stages: sensory motor, pre-operational, concrete operational, and formal operational. So for example, children go from only being able to think in very literal or obvious terms before they are able to think abstractly or utilize abstract reasoning. So it would appear stage-like. So um, it seems like things appear in stages because of the way that we
I'm
study them.
Ailey E. Madrilano, a third speaker of discontinuity. The discontinuity views of development believes that people pass through stages of life that are qualitatively different from each other. For example, children go from only being able to think in very literal terms to being able to think abstractly. They have been they have moved into abstract thinking phase of their lives. According to Bingston 1996, discontinuity in the context of transition and researching transition from the children's perspective. The presupposed reliability and value of children's views have been empirically examined through research on children's perspective about preschool and school. The theoretical frame of research is sociocultural theory of development, viewing childhood as a sociocultural construction and children as capable and active being. And
The discontinuity view sees development as more blunt, a succession of changes that produce different behaviors in different age-specific life periods called stages. We often hear people talking about children going through stages in life. These are called developmental stages, periods of life initiated by distinct transitions in physical or psychological functioning. Psychologists of discontinuity view believes that people go through the same stages in the same order, but not necessarily at the same rate. And to sum up everything, discontinuous development sees growth in more unique and separate ways than continuous development.